Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Co-op Podcast, episode 151. I'm your host, Richard Bailey Jr., and today I'm joined by Mr. Gary A. Swaby.
Yo, what's up, people? Good to be back. Happy Valentine's Day. That's it.
Happy Valentine's Day, and also Happy Singles Awareness Day for those that do not have a Valentine.
Singles Awareness Day is actually tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see about that. We're also joined by Mr. Michael A. What's up, Michael A.?
My fault. Thanks for having me on the show. How's everybody doing out there?
Doing fantastic. And we have a very special guest today, Mr. Damian. How's it going?
Thanks for having me on the show. Everything is going good. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Yes, definitely. Sounds good. So, in case you've been living under a rock, there was a lot of news that happened this week. But before we get into any of that, first we're going to talk about what we've been playing. How about you go first, Damian?
Well, I just recently moved, so I'm actually waiting for my internet to be put in. So I've been playing some offline Diablo. Just some senseless violence.
Hey, that's one of Gary's favorite games, so that's good.
Yeah, Diablo's good, man.
Yep.
That's cool. So, how about you, Gary? What have you been playing?
This week I actually managed to play a bit of Dragon Age Inquisition. I managed to fit it in on a couple evenings. Just revisiting that game, remembering why I fell in love with it. And besides that, that's it really. I haven't had much time to play games. So, yeah.
Hey, that's understood. That's cool. How about you, Michael A.? What have you been playing?
The Street Fighter V beta was up for a bit, so I was on that. I mainly been watching streams. I log in to get my daily login rewards for Smite and Warframe like usual, and a couple games on my phone. One's called Terra Battle that my friend told me to try out. It's like this really cool RPG. It's made in part by the guy who was behind Final Fantasy Tactics. So I decided to give it a try. It's pretty addicting, actually. And another mobile game, Marvel Future Fight, which is pretty cool as well. And that's about it, really.
That's
I need
cool.
to try out both those games.
Yeah, I've been doing more writing and reading actually than gaming this week. So.
Excuse me, Michael. What kind of phone you got? To play mobile games on. Oh, okay.
I have
like
Android.
Galaxy or Samsung or
S3.
Oh, okay. Oh, and it works good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I actually just upgraded to the Note 5. I want to try out that Samsung VR. See how it is. That's another discussion.
Everyone
I just wanted to see if I could play mobile games on my phone.
Everyone should own an iPhone, by the way.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, so unfortunately, let me go ahead and just say this right now. I haven't been playing that much either, so for those that are wondering what we've been playing, I guess we kind of let you guys down because I know that there were several games that came out this week. We had Unravel, we had Firewatch, and then the expansion for Dying Light. I haven't had a chance to play any of that because, it takes a while to download stuff. Whether it's the PlayStation 4 or Xbox, it takes entirely too long to download. So I haven't had a chance to play those, but I'll talk about those next week because I'm definitely going to play some after I get off, after the show is done. So that's pretty much it for this week as far as what we've been playing. We're going to jump right into the topics because there was a couple major developments. Well, there was one major development, and there was a whole bunch of other stuff that happened that people seem to sort of forget about. So let's go to the first topic. Bungie confirmed this week that Destiny 2 won't launch until 2017. I believe it's supposed to be spring 2017 or sometime before then. But they did say that we're going to be getting another expansion later this year, this fall. So my question to you, gentlemen, today is: do you care about this news? Are you even still playing Destiny, or are you pretty much done with this game? Michael A., I'm gonna let you go first, since I already have an idea of what you're gonna say. But why don't you go ahead first?
No, I'm not gonna be. I'm not still playing Destiny, honestly. I'm not really shocked that it's coming out that soon either, because it was supposed to come out earlier. Actually, and they pushed it back. But I guess they realize they can still make money off the DLC and expansions or whatever. So, smart move for them. But I mean, I don't really care personally. I have no interest in that game.
Okay, how about you, Leon?
Um, I pick up Destiny once a week just to see the new stuff, but I think I'm all Destinied out. Unless it's something major, nah, I'm done. I'm like Michael, I'm done with Destiny.
Oh man. Okay, Gary, how about you?
Um, I feel like I've still got some Destiny in me, but it would have to be like a special occasion when, Rich gets on and we want to do a raid or something. But I wouldn't say I'm as excited for this new expansion as I was for Taken King. And I mean, I think it's good that they're holding out for Destiny 2 because this one still does have some life left in it, and I'm quite concerned that the community won't cross over to the next game anyway. It really depends on what they offer with Destiny 2. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. There's tons of other things that I need to play out right now, so I'm not too concerned with Destiny at this moment. But I do enjoy the series, so I guess we'll see.
So here's the thing: to piggyback off of that, what you just said. Now, do you think that this is really Activision's part as far as being smart to hold off on on this DLC, or are they concerned about the Division? Because people keep talking about comparing the Division to this game, and the Division is coming out in a couple of weeks. So, what do you think about that?
I don't think they're really that concerned with the Division, to be honest, because it seems like it would be a different target audience altogether anyway, and like the type of people who would really get into the Division might not be the same ones that get into Destiny. So I don't think there's any sort of concern there on their behalf. But it is good that both these games are similar in the way they're structured, because I'd like to see a lot more games use that model. So yeah.
That's a fair point. Does anyone else have any other thoughts they want to share?
Not on Destiny, no.
Not on Destiny.
Yeah, no.
But do you guys feel like they see the Division as a concern though?
No.
No.
Their fans are kind of blind. They'll buy anything Destiny related regardless, so they don't care.
I don't know about that. Like, I feel like I think if Destiny 2 is too different, then a lot of the hardcore Destiny guys at the moment might not cross over to the next one, because I've seen that happen repeatedly with MMOs. So I don't know.
I think they gotta deliver on what they promised initially. That's what I think. Well, for me at least. I don't know. Nope. Done.
So that means a lot less grinding and more story content, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it more like an RPG, except for I don't mind grinding in an RPG, but let me grind towards a task, and they have to do something about their drop system. Like the thing that turned me off of Destiny, I got Magnum. I don't know if you guys know Magnum. He's part of our show. I got him onto Destiny, him and Cruel. I got them copies. We started playing. I've been playing Destiny for a year. These guys just jumped on. Their drops are much better than mine. They passed me level light-wise, like in a matter of no time, because they were getting better drops than me. I found I was a crack up shit. And then the fact that, people who played Destiny from day one got absolutely nothing when new people came in and just like were rewarded for not even touching the game. Like I felt slighted by that. So Bungie and
Yeah.
Activision could kiss my ass.
I kind of felt a way about that too, but at the same time, I thought it was cool that new people were trying out the game as well. So
Yeah, but give me something for being loyal. Shit.
yeah.
And I understand that. Well, in the spirit of today, we'll just say we wish Bungie well with Destiny. We're not going to treat them as an ex and condemn them too harshly. I mean, it is Valentine's Day, right? So we'll just say I hope that they deliver better content in the future. Because Taken King wasn't bad. I mean, that was essentially what we should have got in the beginning with Destiny, because it had no story in the beginning. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Yeah. So if there's no other thoughts, I'll move on to the next topic.
Rich, can I say one last thing on Destiny?
Sure.
I don't know how if Michael A played the Taken King or Rich, right? I mean, or Gary. But when the Taken King released,
Yeah, I played it.
it totally made the expansion before, which is the House of Wolves, irrelevant. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, you could go to the House of Wolves, you could do Prison of Elders and that kind of stuff. They didn't even upgrade the rewards you got there. So you're trying to get up to like 300, and they still reward you with stuff 160. And I'm like, did Bungie even realize what they did? Like, they just totally eliminated a whole expansion pack. So for people like me who bought it, like, I wasted my money. So, you know, like I say, fuck Bungie and Activision. I wasted too much money on Destiny already. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm talking about.
Man, no,
Yeah.
I understand. I haven't actually. See, when I picked up Destiny in the beginning, I never played through most of the game, because I got to a certain point where there were other games that came out that I wanted to play a lot more. So I picked up the Taken King specifically to go back to, you know, all the other stuff that I missed out. You know, the House of Wolves, I didn't understand what the hell was happening there. So you probably are correct. There probably was more there in the beginning, but no. But the actual Taken King stuff was good. But yeah, I definitely missed. You know, I didn't play it, and then that was the other thing about when you buy something like the Taken King, and you did start playing Destiny, but you necessarily didn't go back. It was hard for me to determine. So where am I supposed to be going, starting the path, continuing from where I was at? So I had to replay a lot of stuff just to get to that point. But yeah, perhaps you are right. There was some stuff that was taken, or you wasn't really rewarded as well as you should have because of that update. But no, but you gonna say something, Gary?
Oh, no, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, Michael A. I thought somebody was trying to say something. I don't want to cut nobody off.
No, not me.
Okay, so that's it. I guess, hey, that means nobody care about Destiny, so we probably should move to the next topic. So, all right, so we'll see how that goes. Next topic, something else that went a little under the radar. It's not really, you know, major news, because we already knew that this was going to happen. Ubisoft released a statement confirming that there will be no Assassin's Creed game this year. I guess they forgot to include the fact that there are going to be little handheld games, because that's still a game, but they said there will be no major Assassin's Creed release this year, and that they're going to basically focus on having Ghost Recon Wildlands, For Honor, and the new South Park game as their fall lineup. But they also announced that the Watch Dogs 2 is probably not going to come out until maybe April 2017. That's the deadline that they're giving us. So it may not even come out this fall. It may end up coming out at the beginning of next year. So now that we know this information, because all of this was in a financials report that they released in a call that they had, what do you guys think of this strategy to, well, first and foremost, I think we've already agreed on a previous episode, they should take a break from Assassin's Creed, that's fine. But what do you think of this strategy of possibly not releasing Watch Dogs until 2017? Because I thought that was supposed to be a fall game. But How about you go first, Gary?
So what was the question? Like Watch Dogs launching before 2017?
Right now, the fiscal year, it could launch any time between
Mm-hmm.
the end of March and April 2017. That means there's not really a deadline set on that, but
Yeah.
they're highly likely that's going to be the beginning of next year because they have all these other games they want to release, Ghost Recon and
Right.
South
Yeah.
Park and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think it feels too soon to me just because they haven't properly announced it yet. And I feel like because of the way the first game went, they need longer to sell us on this one kind of thing. So I feel like they should have announced it like last year or something if they were dropping it this year or early 2017. Me personally, I'm already sold because I feel like they're already going to do a better job than they did before because they had a great, like they have a great foundation to start from. So I think the game will be really good this time around. It was good the first time, just there wasn't enough content there. But yeah, I mean, it feels really soon though. So that's the thing I'm not sure about. But I guess we'll see how it turns out at E3 because I'm pretty sure they'll show something there.
All right, so Michael A., I know you enjoyed Watch Dogs. Um, what do you think of this news? You looking forward to Watch Dogs too, even though it's not
I
taking
mean,
place in Chicago anymore?
I'll still give it a chance. I'm not sure why they decided for the move, but I mean, I guess maybe just to give another city shine. So that's not that. I mean, that's not going to be like a reason for me not to give the game a try. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it. Like it's still on my radar. I'll check it out. I'm not super amped for it, but I wasn't super amped for the first one either. It's kind of hard for me to get amped for games because I see the entire process now. I mean, I've seen it for a while, but it's just gotten worse where a game is announced and everyone just judges it before anything's revealed. So, yeah, but I actually applaud Ubisoft in the direction, or not the direction, the strategy they're taking now, giving Assassin's Creed some time to rest. Um, in terms of like a main game, obviously, they're still doing the mobile game, like you said earlier. Um, Not rushing Watch Dogs. Let that game take the time you need with that game. Let it actually come out complete. Because there were some issues where you can tell, even though I know the original Watch Dogs was delayed a lot, that game honestly still needed a lot of time. So I hope they take the time they need with this game. There's a lot coming out fall and winter season this year already anyway. So it's not like you don't have to have that many games. You already have games coming this year. You're fine. Take your time. I honestly wish more AAA developers or publishers, I should say, took this approach because there's a lot of franchises that could stand to take a year, maybe two off, and then come back strong. Especially since DLC is a viable market strategy now for games. You could literally come out with a game and say, all right, we're going to take a year off or two and just release DLC, and people will pay it for the DLC. So, yeah, I hope we see more people doing this. I don't really see any downside for this. I don't see any downside of this for Ubisoft. So, it's a good look.
Agreed. Any thoughts, Damian?
I completely agree with Michael A. Like it's a good strategy. They should have probably done this at the beginning of this generation, because I think we'll finally see now Assassin's Creed at this generation's level. Because let's be honest, they've just basically upgraded the old Assassin's Creed engine. They haven't really made a new generation Assassin's Creed. So I think the year off would be good. Give them a chance to go back to the drawing board, come up with some new facts. I think they've lost their way with Assassin's Creed in terms of the direction. Because if you guys know, the first two or three games was the whole Ezio thing, and then they just went all over the place with the last few games. So I think they're just trying to get back on track. So I think it's a good thing. Get everybody back on track. Everybody going from a fresh start. Let's see where they can go with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with the break on Assassin's Creed because I really love the series and I want to see it get better. And
Yeah.
I feel like they need a year off. So Yeah, and I'm fine just replaying the old ones as well because I just copped Assassin's Creed 2 again on PC, and I'm looking forward to playing that again. So yeah.
Well, just know that by playing Assassin's Creed 2, you will never get the answers you seek as far as what happened in the first three games, because it's like the studio decided, well, no, people just like the different time periods, so that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna ignore the story, kill off the main character. Spoiler alert for those who did not play, the first couple of Assassin's Creed games, but yeah, we'll see. But I agree the break is needed, necessary. And you know that I was very harsh on Watch Dogs when it came out, because I felt that that game had like a lot of hype behind it. It was one of the games that when it came out, when you first saw the trailer, oh, this looks fantastic. When the game drops, well, this looks a lot different than it looked when I saw it in the beginning, but it was okay. It's an okay game. Obviously, the sequel will be better, and it's in San Francisco, so they can actually, I guess, use that. They know the city inside out because Ubisoft is based out of San Francisco. So my thought is that it will be a better game just from that standpoint alone. But we'll see.
And San Fran is like a real tech hotspot, so there's a lot they could do story-wise there, I think. And,
That's perfect. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. And also, I was going to ask you guys, do you guys have high hopes for the Assassin's Creed movie? Because, there's been a lot of news that came out about it recently.
I mean, Michael Fassbender's in it, so I'm sold. That's pretty much all they needed to do.
Yeah, was it him or somebody related to the project compared it with The Matrix? They said the movie was a lot like The Matrix or something.
I don't remember. I thought it was the director that said that.
Oh, okay, yeah, it might be the director.
Well, hold on a second. Let me have a quick statement there. They said, I hope when they made that comment they were referencing the first Matrix, because that third film and that second film was okay, but that third film, nah, son. I will hope they're not talking about that third film. So
they weren't talking about a film in general. They were just talking about the series, The Matrix, in terms of the world that it's in.
And stuff.
It makes sense considering what Assassin's Creed is in terms of conveying that in the film. There's going to be overlap just because of the whole matrices that you'll see and the difference between the real world and the digital world and whatnot. It's just that in Assassin's Creed it'd be even more intertwined because the digital world's going to be based off events that have already transpired, and it will be based on the person who's going into its DNA. So I don't know. I honestly never thought like, oh, Assassin's Creed, that's something I need to see in movie form, and I still don't really think that. But I mean, if they do a good enough job, I'll watch it. So can't be any worse than that Prince of Persia movie. So.
Oh no. Well, I will say this. I'm not gonna go off topic, but I want to say this. I'll definitely see that movie because curious about it. But if there's anybody out there that wants to see a movie, like right now, you need to go see Deadpool. That's all I want to say.
Man, I can't wait to see Deadpool, man. I'm going tomorrow.
Yes.
I've been dying to see it.
So that's my recommendation. But any final thoughts on this topic before we move to the next one?
No. Said everything.
No.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. This is probably not going to be a lengthy discussion here. I did want to give a quick thought on the news we got earlier last week regarding game trailers shutting down, but also I saw news about Motiga having more layoffs. I wanted to bring that up because I think Gigantic is
I saw that actually.
So it's unfortunate, but yeah, Michael A., why don't you go ahead and give your thoughts on that?
The Motiga thing was just shocking to me because I don't know, Gigantic it had positive news, and I guess maybe because it's more shooter MOBAs coming onto the market, they started feeling the pressure. I don't know what happened. And in that aspect, I know that the official word for them is that they kind of ran through the funds that they raised already, so they had to temporarily lay off people, and they literally stressed the fact that it was a temporary layoff. Like they're planning on bringing these people back, but who knows when that's going to happen, right? And whenever I see people losing their jobs or something in gaming, since that's something I'm trying to get into, that always hits hard to me because it just echoes the sentiment. Like, there's lots and lots of money in this industry. Nothing's guaranteed. You can do everything right and work hard and still lose everything. So, I mean, I feel for those people. And honestly, people who make games they don't get enough credit in gaming now. Like, gamers are very entitled and spoiled and are really, really quick to complain about stuff without actually thinking of the depth and the process of making it and the people behind it, the fact that these people have lives and should be able to make a livelihood making products that you enjoy for hours and hours. So I hope everyone in the Motega that got laid off, I hope they get back on their feet as soon as possible. As for Gigantic itself, actually, me and Charles played it this week. It's cross-play now in the beta. So he played on PC and I played on Xbox One, and it worked flawlessly. In terms of it found us a match with other people. It was fun. The game is really, really fun. Shoot, I might see if I can get some games with him today. But yeah, I'm still keeping tabs on it. It's still technically in beta, so maybe. But you know how some of those free-to-play games are. They stay in beta for years. Who knows? What was the other news you just announced right before that? And what were you talking about right before the Motega, Rich?
Game trailers?
Game trailers.
Oh, and then game trailers shutting down. First of all, that shutdown came out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't really, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was no precursor to it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, the traffic's been going down for years or anything like that. Like, no, it was just game trailers shutting down. I was like, really? I was just there like 2 months ago looking at trailers, ironically. I know that apparently people are saying they didn't adjust enough with the times, or it was a site where people basically took other people's videos and whatever. I don't know. Game trailers to me was one of the few big sites that I could go to and actually say I trusted those people.
Didn't they still have the bonus round? What happened to the bonus round?
It didn't go on for a while.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, bonus round and Annoyed Gamer. Marcus Beer was there, but he left a while back. So, but they did have some original programming on there. So that's unfortunate. Gary, you wanted to say something?
No, just it's unfortunate when we hear news like this, and game trailers. They were one of the publications I had some respect for, especially because of Jeff Keighley and everything. And
same here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't always respect him, but he gained my respect just by seeing his work ethic. He really gained my respect after I saw how hard he worked on things, and even the Game Awards and stuff. Like, they might not particularly be enjoyable to watch, but I respect the fact that he puts it together, and a lot of times with his own money and his own passion and dedication. So you gotta respect that stuff when you see it. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure Jeff will be all right on his own, but yeah, sad to see publication go out like that.
Oh no, I agree. Any thoughts, Damian?
Well, I think we saw this coming because if you guys remember about a year ago, they did decide to cut back on a lot of things. Because I actually used to go to that site every Saturday. That's when the analyst Michael Pachter used to do his little show and different things. And then, what was it? They were taken over by another company, or they were bought out by another company who then decided to cut a lot of those little shows that actually made game trailers unique. So if you cut the things that make you unique, and people can go to the IGNs and the other big sites and get that same content, then eventually you'll just end up being irrelevant. That's, I guess, what kind of happened. But the sudden closure was a bit surprising. But I think we all still saw it coming. I think just the suddenness is what caught people off guard.
Yeah, because literally when they announced it, they said, yeah, it's closing after 13 years, effective immediately. So that's like, well, damn, it's like no time to recover. And then there was news that came out after the fact that everybody that worked there found out that same day, oh yeah, the job.
They had no job. Yep.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's a horrible way to any business to operate. But I think you made valid points about, yeah, we possibly knew that when some stuff got acquired that there was going to be some changes that will probably impact it negatively. Yeah, I just was going to add about that one thing I will say is, I didn't know the news about the other businesses that came in and took some of the control away from them. What I do know is that, like, in terms of anybody that makes videos for games, that is a huge thing now, because I know that when I went to a Far Cry event earlier this year to check out Far Cry Primal, they actually told me at that event, they have like a whole, the setup, you sit in, you play the game for all day sessions, but they had sessions designated for nothing but YouTubers. And as I found out, not just at that event, but other events that are coming or have already passed, YouTubers are the ones who have a huge presence. Those are the people that they're after because they trust their opinions against a lot more. Plus, that they have the viewers to back up so that they can get their game more exposure. So I do know in general that market is a very, very popular market. That's the one that everybody's trying to get into or trying to improve in terms of having more videos. So with game trailers, they kind of started with the video stuff, but they had too much competition and then not evolving to make changes that were needed for the sake of competing, staying original. Because I love a lot of the original shows they had on there, but when you see people like Marcus Baird leaving, the Annoyed Gamer leaving, the bonus round no longer on there, it's a matter of time that was going to get shut down because that was the original content that made it unique.
Yeah, I think now more than ever, people are trusting the opinions of specific people, whereas like back in the day, like people would trust a publication, like they'd be like, oh, I'm going to GameSpot or I'm going to IGN or I'm going to, whatever site to find out what they think of this thing. But nowadays it's more about the actual individual personalities on the sites. Like people trust the individuals more, kind of thing. So they follow those individuals with what they're doing. And I think we're seeing that more and more as things go on, and that plays into the whole YouTube thing and YouTubers getting a lot of power. So yeah,
right about that. Absolutely.
Well,
correct.
look at it this way. People trust what they see with their eyes. With YouTube, you can't tell me a game is good, and now you're looking at the screen behind you, and the game looks like shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. When you have to read the review, when you actually see the game actually being played not played versus you, or just given like a pre-recorded video that they may have gotten from a gamer. Like my 13-year-old daughter, she watches this one guy who plays through these games. I can't remember the name. It's so annoying, but he got like millions of followers, and people just go and watch him play the game and then decide if they'll buy it or not. Like, that's something unheard of for me, because I don't want to watch a game be played and then buy it. But it seems like that's the new trend, especially with young games.
Your turn, robot.
The whole dynamics of. Oh, is that bad?
Yeah, he was breaking up a bit there.
It's funny that the Matrix was referenced earlier, because I feel like we went into the Matrix for a second there. I think it's okay now.
Oh, wow.
Okay, no, it's not okay. That's okay. That's fine.
Is he becoming like a real Xbot right now before our eyes?
Oh,
What's
okay.
going on?
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Nah, but you guys can't hear me?
We hear you now.
It's still breaking up?
No,
okay.
it's clear now. Yeah, no, you're good now. Was you finished with your point?
Yeah. I was done.
All right, yeah. No, you're clear now. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, new generation, they do enjoy watching the videos and making the decisions, the buying decisions based on how the game turns out. But I understand what you're saying, because I personally, while I would watch some of those videos, I don't want to have the whole game spoiled for me. You know, I want to have a little bit of intrigue or something to look forward to. So I won't watch a playthrough of a whole game. Maybe I'll see some of it, but yeah, different generation, they enjoy that type of stuff, and then the personalities behind them. Obviously, the content creators have good personalities, entertaining, and yeah, that makes it, you know, another plus to watch it. But and I was just gonna say about Motiga, I actually haven't played Motiga yet. So Michael A, we need to play, and Mr. Singletary, when you watch this, we can link up. We need to play as well, because you know, everyone has been telling me I need to play this game. I definitely wanted to get some more attention now that I know what's going on, because I've heard a lot about this game for the last year. So my hope is that eventually they get the money. I'm not really sure why Microsoft, you know, they made those decisions in the past to get Tomb Raider on their system first. Why don't they just try to give these guys an offer to have the system, to have that game on their platform? Because right now it's going to be on Windows 10 and Xbox One anyway, so they could help with this process. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they are, because they did say that they do have a couple of different investors that are looking into helping them now. So hopefully that is what happens, because I want the game to get some more attention. I mean, I know about this game since PAX South last year when Charles interviewed them, so I would love to see this game get some more attention. But for those that are in the beta or just tried out the beta, definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. And if we do, by any chance, get access to the beta, we'll actually give out some codes as well. So stay tuned for that. But that's pretty much it for that particular topic. Let's go ahead and let's go to the next topic. Gary's the most anticipated topic that Gary wanted to talk about. So January MPDs have come out, and we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way very quick. First and foremost, we already know what the #1 selling hardware was. I don't really think that that's a surprise to anybody. Of course, it's PlayStation 4. And then we also have Xbox One and Wii U. As always, you know, from what I've seen so far, it's just statements by the companies, as we always get, not really numbers, unless there are some numbers out there. But at what I'm looking at right now, I don't see any numbers. I just see PlayStation #1, Xbox One #2, and Wii U #3. So that's good. You know, Sony obviously continuing to outsell the Xbox One. But now let's talk about the games, because I'm a little confused with the games that I do see in the software, the top selling software. Hey, we got a video now, Damian. We see your room.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Caribbean.
All right, so real quick, I'm going to talk about the top 10 software for MPD. Number 10, FIFA 16. Number 9 was Lego Marvel's Avengers. Number 8, Madden NFL 16. Number 7, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Number 6 was Minecraft, once again. Number 5, Fallout 4. Number 4, Star Wars Battlefront. Number 3, NBA 2K16. Number 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. And number 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So now here's a question that I have to ask. I have a couple of questions to ask. Let me ask you a question. How is Grand Theft Auto 5? Whoa, technical difficulties.
I couldn't hear your question. Somebody decided to drive through a wind tunnel. So can you please repeat that?
Okay, yeah, so here it is.
Sorry about that. I live kind of close to the water, so the breeze comes in.
Yeah, just a little bit of technical difficulty. It's all good. So here's my first question: how is Grand Theft Auto 5 still selling? This game has been out for years now. So
wait, that's the question? Like
that's one of the questions. That's one of the questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Like the thing I was surprised about was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six was at number 7. I was surprised by that.
Well, wait, hold on. Okay, so answer that first. Why is that? Why are you surprised about that?
Just because, like, I didn't know people were that excited by that game. I thought, it came out. I thought it was a game that just came and went kind of thing. I didn't know people were still actually buying the game. Like, does it have that strong a community to where people are continuing to buy the game? I don't know. I'm very ignorant to it, to be honest.
Well, Michael A. would be able to answer that question since he reviewed the game.
All I can tell you is that, me personally, I don't like that it's selling. And I know it's going to sound like it's a bad thing to say, but I don't like the direction of this current Rainbow. Like, it's not Rainbow. So, but I mean, it's making the money. So that just means that the next Rainbow Six will probably be in lane with this one. And that kind of sucks. So, also, I don't know anyone who still plays that game, like, regularly. I don't know anyone. The closest I can think of is, I think Charles dabbles in it from time to time. And
I don't know anyone who's actively playing that game besides like Charles and I know you played.
The charts don't lie.
Well, let me just say one thing. When I played that beta, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing in the beta, that's why I say, you know what, this game is not for me. There's too much with the tactical stuff. I mean, and it's okay, but the content, and then I checked out your review. You said the story content. What is it? Only one trailer that we get to see, a few cutscenes, not really a story being told. I don't know, but I wanted to like this game, but this game is not Patriots, so therefore, no, I will not be picking this game up. So, I guess that answered your question, Gary. Why are people still buying it? Hey, maybe because they want to believe it's a good game, when in actuality it's not really that great. But also because there wasn't nothing that came out in January, so that's the other thing to consider. Because the only thing I know that came out in January off the top of my head was Resident Evil 0, and Oxenfree, which is another awesome game that everybody should play, but I don't really know what else came out in January. Oh yeah, Lego Marvel Avengers, the other game that came out.
And that charted, didn't it?
It's number 9.
Yeah. So
the game is all right.
Lego's games always do very well. They always do well. They're just going to keep making them because they do well. I'm trying to figure out, like you said, how GTA 5 is number 2 on that list.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell, how is NBA 2K16 selling this well still? How the hell, like...
I don't see why it's such a surprise that GTA is still selling, because like GTA, they're still giving free content.
Yeah, but
who doesn't have Grand Theft Auto 5 right now? That's what I'm saying. Like, who the hell doesn't have that game right now? And then I just, not to make people mad, but where the hell are the exclusives on that list? None. Not a single exclusive on that list.
What exclusives came out?
But check this out. I think it's.
I mean, from the following year, something.
Oh,
well, don't worry. That'll be fixed, because I think it's safe to say that Street Fighter V will probably be number 1 next month.
Is that an exclusive?
Well, it's a
console.
It's a console exclusive.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't think it'll be number 1. I don't think it'll be number 1.
I mean, I hope it sells well. I mean, I'm not gonna say I hope. I'm pretty sure it will. But I mean, you gotta remember, fighting games are a niche genre, so I don't know if it's going to sell that well. I mean, internationally, of course it will, because fighting games, like I said, they're immensely popular in Asia. Europe has a pretty big scene as well for fighting games. So they don't do MPD. They don't do MPDs from over there. MPDs are just America. And with the number of PS4s on the market, it'll chart for sure, just because there's that many PS4s on the market, and there's really not a whole lot of system selling like games this year yet. They're coming pretty much with the start. Street Fighter 4 is like the beginning of it, so I'm pretty sure it'll chart. I hope it does well, just because I want to see fighting games do well. But I just don't. I look at the games on this list, and it's like the same games that are, with the exception of like maybe Star Wars and Fallout, because they came out toward the end of the year, and I don't know how Star Wars is still so high in it. Freaking Star Wars geeks! I will never understand. The games that are on this list are the games that have been on the list all year. Are people not buying anything else?
Well, don't worry. That'll change. You know, when NBA 2K17 comes out, that'll be on the list. And you know, some of that stuff will
I'm
change.
just happy Madden didn't make the list, and it probably was number 11. Let's keep it honest.
Oh,
'Cause FIFA was 10.
hold on. Yeah, Madden did make the list. That was number 8.
No, was it? I thought FIFA was. Oh my God, what the hell are people buying?
Yeah, FIFA's number 10. So people still buying the sports games. You know, there's no doubt about that.
And there's
The
nothing
one
wrong
thing,
with that. I'm like, enjoy what you enjoy. I just want to see. It
now,
really doesn't matter.
But here's another thing. The one thing that continues to happen on these lists, and I see people that continue to come in the comment section and say, well, don't listen to that. Call of Duty and Star Wars, which were both heavily advertised for PlayStation 4, and yet the Xbox One version is still the top selling in both of those. So
Again?
yes. So I'm not sure. You know, now of course they do not count the consoles bundled. I guess I don't think they counted the Call of Duty bundles or the Star Wars bundles, but it's just that you know, I find it interesting the Xbox One is still at the top of the list for both of those games. Again,
Rich, there's a simple solution. There's a simple answer for that.
well, what's that?
PlayStation users buy consoles, Xbox users buy games.
Well, I don't know. Hey, is that true? What do you think of that statement, Gary?
Well,
Look
I'll have
at
a lot
my
to
logic
say.
behind it. Look at the list of games. How many of them are shooters and multiplayer games?
I see 2 shooters.
And like NBA 2K, Madden, all of them are multiplayer games, right? Sell
Yeah.
better on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, 3 shooters. My fault. Yeah, Tom Clancy. Xbox. You're right. The shooters on Xbox.
And the multiplayer games. You know, when it's a single player game, it'll be on the PlayStation.
Well, actually, well, here's the thing though. The multiplayer games did sell better on PlayStation 4. You know, NBA 2K, Grand Theft Auto, FIFA, and Fallout 4 sold better on PlayStation 4. So it's a different different scenario. So I mean, pretty much everything on this list, PlayStation 4 was the top selling, with the exception of Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell, Call of Duty, and what I said earlier, yeah.
Star Wars.
I think
and Star Wars.
The only reason I asked the question is mainly with the Call of Duty one, because it's like month after month. It's like Sony signed that deal with them, and yet
And
it
it's sound
seems like
better on
Microsoft is still
Yeah, I
console
think
people
this,
going.
this confirms
Call
that
of Duty.
the shooter audience is still on Xbox One.
Microsoft, yep.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna go that far. I just think it's just Call of Duty specifically. I just find that funny. But I mean, I don't think. I mean, with the install base PS4 has, games shouldn't be selling better on the Xbox. Period. I don't buy that whole crap about it's the button. No, that's an excuse. Games should not be. Isn't it damn near twice how many? Doesn't the PS4 like almost have twice as many consoles on the market as the Xbox right now?
Yep.
How are there any games that are making the top 10 list and selling better on Xbox? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me at all, honestly. But I mean, I don't buy the whole PlayStation people don't buy games though, because I'm pretty sure they do. They're playing something.
Yeah, no, they buying games. The other thing to add is that again, they do not count the digital stuff. They do not count these
That
bundles.
is true. Yeah.
So if you count the bundles, PlayStation 4 would be the leading selling for that. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it though. The same argument could be made for when you see that there are Xbox One games that don't chart the exclusives. And perhaps people are buying them, but it's not being counted because they're buying digitally instead of physical. I'm not sure, but
I mean, that's true, but honestly, I feel like this generation exclusives on both systems have pretty much been underwhelming in terms of sales. They're not selling anywhere near as well as they should be, which is unfortunate because there have been some good exclusives on both systems, and they just don't sell what they should be. I keep bringing up Bloodborne sales. Bloodborne is someone is going to have to give me a logical reason for Bloodborne sales, because that critically acclaimed across the board. It's an easier entry to that series than its predecessors that it's loosely based on and tied into. And everyone talks about how awesome this game is and champions it as like a Game of the Year winner or whatever, or champion or contender. like when you look at the sales of PS4s, it's like, well, why is this game still at like 2-3 million? Why is it not higher than that? And it came out earlier in 2015. I don't get that. Halo just came out a couple months ago. Halo is just not on the top 10 right now. What the hell happened to Halo?
Simple. They did not have staying power, I guess you could say, like a lot of the games. But you know, you make some very good points. We'll have to see. I think Uncharted will be on the list. I guess it's a matter of when you see. You're talking about it for them having staying power, though, staying on that list.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to be having this conversation in 9 months and GTA 5 is still on this list. I don't want to see Minecraft on this list anymore.
Oh you definitely gonna see Minecraft on the list.
I'm tired. I don't want to see Madden 17 and FIFA 17 and NBA 2K17. And I'm like, what else are you people playing? Like, I don't want.
Get ready to be disappointed.
Buy games.
Get ready to be disappointed.
Well, let's just throw a wild question out there. Which game do you guys think would have staying power on this list? Like that is
on the list now?
Whether it's an exclusive or whatever. Not a sports game, obviously, because we already know that the sports games will always be on the list. But which game do you think, if you had to pick a game coming out this year, which game do you think would have a chance? Either it's out now or it's coming out this year. Which game do you think would have good staying power on the list?
Do Sony fans put their money where their mouth is? Uncharted. That should be on the top 10 for the rest of the year. Once it comes out. I've seen no reason why that won't.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
What would knock it out?
It's clearly gonna be Street Fighter 5 and The Division, I think.
For the rest of the year? Okay. You just told me Uncharted won't do this. And then you put a niche genre. Like fighting games is the most niche of niche genre.
It's the biggest fighter though. It's the most popular fighting game there is.
Yeah, and the world, in terms of a competitive level. You gotta remember, like in terms of sales, like Mortal Kombat in America outsells Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat is the most popular fighting game in America in terms of sales. Not in terms of like
Mortal Kombat is on every platform.
Okay, but
you're not understanding my point. I'm not saying that's not on every platform.
Esports is a big thing. Esports is growing. They're putting it on TV now. Street Fighter.
The casual audience is not going to get into esports, and that's the other thing. The FGC doesn't embrace the whole esports title anyway. But even let's just for layman's terms say that they did. You think that the average person's going to say, "Oh, I can do those one-frame combos. I'll just go buy Street Fighter and get on MLG." Like that's not going to happen. Street Fighter will be on charts for 3 months tops, and then it's just not going to be on the charts. And it doesn't need to be. It can still sell, but nah. You think Street Fighter is going to have longer staying power than Uncharted?
I think this generation is the one where fighting games are making a comeback. And, we saw Mortal Kombat did really well when it came out. And I feel like Street Fighter is going to do, especially because it's on PS4. So people are already viewing it as exclusive and it's the top selling console. There's like 20 million or however many PS4s out there. I feel like everybody's going to buy it.
It's 30 million plus the PC.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Street Fighter is not going to sell. I'm just telling you, Street Fighter is not going to stay on the charts for. If Street Fighter stays on the NPDs longer than Uncharted, I give up. Like that's it. I don't think this will be I'll just give up with console gaming. I have nothing else to say. That will make no sense. Uncharted appeals to a wider audience of people than Street Fighter.
I don't think.
Yeah, but Uncharted is gonna come out and give its big bang, and then.
Yeah, like Uncharted. The hype for Uncharted will be done within a month. That's it.
Yeah, 1 month and it's over.
Whew. This, a lot of these statements. What? They're gonna have some people.
What height? I don't understand. I'm not even going off height. I'm talking about I'm talking about regular people who buy games, not like the hardcore gamers or whatever the damn tryhards on the internet.
I know
forums,
regular people who don't know what Uncharted is, though.
No, and that's true. I'm not saying you're wrong in that. I'm not talking about the neckbeards that are on forums and comment section. I'm talking about the cats that walk into GameStop or Best Buy or whatever and watch those videos that play on the screen, and that actually affects what games they're buying. I don't see that person seeing Street Fighter 6 months after it comes out and saying, I need to get that. and seeing how difficult that game is to play, and then the community. Oh my God, you go on the Street Fighter, like you know what? There might be some people who buy that or try it out, and then they go online and they get bot because there is no like there's I can just pick this. No.
Well,
There's no training goals. You just get bopped.
well,
Okay,
Uncharted, there's grenades.
which name holds more weight in gaming, Street Fighter or Uncharted?
Right now,
Yeah.
in terms of the communities around the games, the sales, and honestly, I mean, it is two different genres, but honestly, I'd probably say Uncharted.
Really? Are you serious?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd say Uncharted over Street Fighter. Yeah.
Okay.
Think about when you gotta remember the fighting game genre was in a dark ages for a long time. It just came back. So like while it's starting to gain some popularity here and there, like you guys are talking like this game's good. Like Street Fighter V is gonna sell like 6 million units for the PS4 alone. Another 1 million on PC. I don't see that happening. I don't even think Capcom sees that happening. I hope it does. I would love to be wrong, but I don't see that happening.
So how much do you think Uncharted is going to sell?
It will sell.
Uncharted sales. Oh, go ahead, Gary.
Oh no, you go first. It's cool.
Uncharted. I honestly don't know, but I'm not even going for sales. I'm talking about in terms of how long it's going to stay on the MPD. How long it's going to stay like one of the best-selling games. Even with everything else that's coming out after Uncharted, I don't see much reason for Uncharted to not stay on the charts for at least 4 or 5 months. I don't really see. I mean, it's a big enough game on that console where what else is going to come out and knock it out the top 10? I got nothing. And if it's actually a good game and word of mouth spreads, yeah, 4 or 5 months easy.
No.
I don't see it.
No, Uncharted is coming the end of April?
Yeah, the same month as Quantum Break.
Yeah. Well, I had already said it. It like some people are saying the comparison between the two games. You can't compare those two games at all. One is a brand new IP trying something that still hasn't given people the wow factor. You know, like when the first Uncharted came out, and one is a proven franchise. With Naughty Dog behind it, with a proven developer. So, you can't really compare it. And I'm not saying Remedy is not proven. I'm just saying Remedy hasn't made that impact in the industry like Naughty Dog has. Naughty Dog has made a true impact.
It's just that I think they've done that. It's just that they haven't done it on the right console for some people. Like, people can downplay Alan Wake all they want, but, I mean... that's a pretty big deal in gaming.
Well, to me,
yeah, but it didn't make that impact like the second Uncharted. What can still be considered one of the best games ever made. You see what I'm saying? And basically, Naughty Dog, their track record it's good unless it's like they're the gaming equivalent of innocent until proven guilty. Like everybody will say Naughty Dog will make a great game. Unless it's not so good, and even a game that's not so good is still considered an awesome
You're saying
game.
Everybody. Who is this everybody? I'm talking about people who buy games. The average
I'm talking about people who buy games, like people who still sit and say The Last of Us is considered one of the best games ever.
Casual gamers don't say that. It's only people on NeoGAF that say that. It's only people on comment sections. The neckbeard. That's who says that. Casual gamers don't say that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, the casual gamer, they don't put that same weight into Naughty Dog. But at the same point in time, I'm pretty sure if you've played a PlayStation, if you had a PS4 or a PS3, Uncharted. It was impossible. I don't care what level of gaming you are. If you had a PS3, you know of Uncharted. This many people have PS4.
I can disagree. Like, I know. I just rebought a PS4 with my best friend, right? And the reason we bought it is for Street Fighter. And as much as I've like, Rev, you gotta try Uncharted, he watched me play and he like, nope, not appealing to me. And this is the guy who started me on Tomb Raider, but he is now a casual gamer.
But that's one person. You're not. I don't know how else to explain it to you. All I'm saying is that in terms of what Uncharted is, in terms of what it's done for the PlayStation brand itself, the genre of game and the level of entry point and difficulty, it's much more of an appealing game to. There are people who don't even play video games. If you show them Uncharted, they'd be captivated by it, just based on how it looks and what it is. That doesn't happen for Street Fighter. You show a non-gamer Street Fighter, they're going to think it's complicated as hell. They'd be right, and they won't bother with it. It might look cool, but they're not just going to hop into it. The difference with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat is when they see Mortal Kombat, they see like gratuitous violence. They see the fatalities. You know what I'm saying? They go into it for that. They hear about the amazing story mode. They go into it for that. Because most people who play Street or Mortal Kombat aren't playing Mortal Kombat online. They're not playing that competitively. Because if you try to do that in Mortal Kombat, you get bopped. Street Fighter doesn't even have all that stuff. It doesn't have the fatalities and the violence. It just has semi-cool looking stereotypical characters doing moves.
No, I gotta disagree. Street Fighter has the best fighting mechanic in any fighting game on any
You can't say that as a fact. That's completely debatable. Fighting mechanics, what, between 2D, 3D, between what King of, like, you know how many 2D, like, you know how many fighting games there are? Street Fighter is actually seen as a simple fighting game. It's a simple fighting game. It's like a gateway fighting game. There's much deeper,
and
much
that's
better.
Why it's most appealing to everybody, because like a beginner can pick it up and have a chance.
Fighting games, but what I'm saying that in America, in terms of fighting games, most people identify with Mortal Kombat because it is visually stimulating, more so than Street Fighter. It's something they can. This looks awesome. Like, even like, why do you think NetherRealm was really smart picking all these guest characters from movies that people grew up with? They have Alien now. They have Predator in there. They gave my man Jax a Carl Weathers skin. Like, they know what they're doing. They're trying to relate to these
I disagree with you that's why Mortal Kombat is popular. Mortal Kombat is popular because of the violence and the gratuitousness.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's
why. That's why.
Well,
not because it's mechanics or anything.
Said that though. He kind of said that.
Well,
my thing is,
let me just say this real quick. I do agree that. Hey, I haven't played Street Fighter V yet, so I've seen videos. I will check it out. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, you're 100% correct. Both of you are correct. Yeah, the violence and the fatalities. That's why I play Mortal Kombat. It's a fun game. It's violent, but it's fun. And I'm mature enough to know that this is not real. Those that think it is real, they need to get their heads examined. But yeah.
I agree.
Can I touch on that quickly? Like, I get what Mike A is saying in terms of, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Like, there's definitely people who would be more willing to try Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter just because it's more of a spectacle with the fatalities and everything. But when it comes to Street Fighter and Uncharted, though, like, if you put those two names together and ask a casual gamer which one they're more inclined to buy,
I think it's Street Fighter.
Even if they don't stick with it, like, they might just play it for one day and never play it again because they'll realize that it actually requires skill. But just based on the name alone, Street Fighter is definitely bigger than Uncharted.
Okay, no, I'm not arguing that the name of Street Fighter, of course, it's been around longer. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about people, I'm talking specifically about people who own PS4s.
Mm-hmm.
People who are with the Sony brand.
Yeah.
It is impossible in 2016, whether you are hardcore, casual, or anything in between, to own a Sony console and not know about Uncharted. It's just not possible. That game is too big.
Yeah, but knowing about a game doesn't mean it's gonna sell.
Yeah, I think like Street Fighter is more accessible for people, and even for families. Like, you could give your children Street Fighter to play because although it's violent, it's not.
In terms of the rating.
Well,
just with the overall accessibility of it.
Well, let me throw in a quick comment. I do agree about what you say about the, it will be easier for people to pick up and play, because I do recall Naughty Dog throwing out a statement when they released the Uncharted collection that said that there was a lot of people who didn't own PlayStations but now own the PlayStation 4. This is the first time that they were introduced to the Uncharted franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that a lot of those people now know that 4 is coming, and they are looking forward to that. I mean, me personally, if you was to ask me which I would pick up, Street Fighter 5 or Uncharted 4, is a no-brainer. It's Uncharted 4 because, yeah, I've played the other games. I think Sony has shown me enough to say, okay, you need to have this game. But that will be based on what I've already played and what I'm familiar with. But with that said, it's a very good question to ask about which is going to be better for casual gamers. I do think people do know Street Fighter. They know the name, they know the brand. But I don't know. I find it's very tough for me to answer that because I know what I'm getting. And I probably won't play Street Fighter 4, but if I had to choose one, it obviously, without question, is Uncharted 4. But no, what was you gonna say, Gary?
No, I mean like hardcore and informed gamers are definitely gonna buy Uncharted 4. But in terms of the good scheme of things with casual gamers and stuff, I feel like Street Fighter is definitely gonna stay on the charts longer than Uncharted will.
Yeah.
Hell, Gary, look at the top 10 games sold all of 2015. It was sports games, shooters, and like Minecraft. That's what most casual people play. There was no, you see where I'm going with this? So like, when you look at that, what is Uncharted? Well, Uncharted is a shooter. It fits in that realm.
Yeah, did you think the multiplayer in Uncharted is that good to where people will consistently play it?
Not from what I've seen.
Point. Who knows? I mean, maybe 4s will be great. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Uncharted. I've never been a fan of Uncharted's multiplayer. So I have to be honest. I have to admit that bias to people. I can't say, yeah, I don't think it's very good. I'll come out and say it. It sucks to me.
Oh, whoa.
But I mean, I don't think that people will. This is gonna sound controversial. I don't think people buy Uncharted for the multiplayer. I'm pretty sure people buy Uncharted.
Michael, can I ask you a question? Does the MPDs track used games?
No. Used game sales, no.
They don't? Because personally, what I think, people are going to buy Uncharted. It's going to sell a lot in the first week. People are going to trade it back. And people are going to buy the used copy.
Why would they trade it back? I don't understand.
They're not going to keep it. After you beat Uncharted, if you're not a fan of the multiplayer, why would you keep it?
I mean, that's going to happen with Street Fighter as well. There's going to be people who play Street Fighter.
But you see, Mike, this is where I disagree. Street Fighter is more appealing to longevity than Uncharted.
Oh yeah, let me add something to that real quick.
People still play Street Fighter 4 in anticipation for Street Fighter 5.
Yeah,
how many people?
Lots of people. Lots of people.
Like in terms of what kind of people you're talking about, people in the competitive scene. Those are people who play fighting games extensively, regardless, because that's what they do.
But casuals always go back to Street Fighter. Casual fighters always go back to Street Fighter. But anyway, you know how we'll settle this, Michael A? You're a man of your word. I'm a man of my word. I'm willing to bet you one game. Street Fighter charts more months. Listen, Street Fighter charts more months than Uncharted. Uncharted is going to chart for 2 months.
Okay,
April and May.
Okay, so let's remember that bet and revisit that as soon as that time comes.
Oh, be careful though, because the last person who made a bet ended up banned. So.
Yeah, unlike him, I definitely put my money where my mouth is. I bet what I can afford to lose.
That's funny. All right, let's move on to the final topic, the big topic that everybody has been talking about all week long. Gary, when Gary heard this announcement, he just jumped for joy because now he says, "No, well, now I'm definitely not getting the Xbox One." So, Quantum Break is coming to PC. The way Microsoft set this up is that they said we have an announcement that we're going to make regarding Quantum Break later this week. And they kept saying, yeah, get hyped. We got a major announcement. So they make the announcement and they announce Quantum Break is coming to Windows 10. And people, of course, there was fanboys that were angry about it. They reacted negatively towards it. And Microsoft also elaborated later and said that they want to make Crossbuy a platform feature moving forward. So I I want to get what you guys think about this. And you can talk about whether you want to address the initial reaction of the fanboys or what you think about this long-term strategy of Microsoft having. So, how about you go first, Damian?
Well, firstly, for the record, I just want to say that to me, this isn't news. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you. It's not news.
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't news. You know, you Microsoft is a software company, primarily PC. That's where they make most of their money. Microsoft has come out years ago. You know, when Phil Spencer took over, that's one of the first things he said. Microsoft is trying to build an ecosystem, you know, where you purchase one Microsoft piece of equipment, you have access to everything Microsoft. You purchase a Surface, you can get the Xbox One app. Even Gary, the other day we were talking on Xbox Live, and he doesn't have an Xbox One. He was doing it on his PC. They're trying to make one ecosystem like Apple did, or like Apple is doing. Like who else is doing it? Even Sony is doing it. You know what I'm saying? So this was expected. Anybody who, and when you look at Remedy is a PC gaming developer. They build their games for PC. Alan Wake came out on PC. Max Payne came out on PC. You know, yeah, they have a partnership with Microsoft and they bring their games to the Xbox, but they always release all their games on PC. They have no game that hasn't been released on the PC, unless you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? So when this announcement was made, I saw the headline. I didn't even open the article. I just like, oh, okay. Like, the thing that shocked me though is when I saw people losing their freaking minds, you know, and I'm like, why people losing their minds? You know, Microsoft wants people to use their different equipment, you know. Why not put it on everything? Why not, if you have a Windows phone, you can actually play Quantum Break? Why not, if you have an Xbox, you can play Quantum Break, and if you have a Windows PC, you can play Quantum Break? It just makes sense. Like, I don't see why it's even news. I could elaborate on this a lot further, but I'll let you guys chime in on what you say, on what you think.
All right, I agree. Michael A., any thoughts?
Not really. I don't really understand why people are mad. Like, it just means more people get to play Quantum Break. I don't see. It's like Phil Spencer said. Like, why are you mad that a game that you're going to get to play will be played by other people on PC? Like it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, Microsoft's primarily a PC software company. That's what they are. They're not. Microsoft is not an Xbox company. The Xbox is not the primary purpose of Microsoft. Hell, it's not even their primary source of income like other companies. So like they don't have. I mean, it's just the reality. They're thinking big picture. In the future, you're not going to have this divide between consoles and PCs. They're going to become one and the same. And Valve is trying to get into this game already. They already have Steam. Now they're trying to come out with the Steam box and stuff like that. Microsoft's trying to do it too. Sony will be doing it soon as well. In fact, they kind of already are. There's already games that are cross-play with between PC and PS4. I don't know about cross-buy or whatnot, but cross-play between PC and PS4. As you can see with Street Fighter coming in a couple days, and I think Rocket League, you can actually play with PC people on Rocket League. I could be wrong on that. Correct me. So
No,
I mean,
you're right.
I don't see the issue. Like the only people that are mad about it are Xbox fanboys, and the reason they're mad about it is because they don't have that they lost one piece of fanboy fuel for their argument. But you gotta remember, fanboy battles don't make Microsoft money.
But Michael A., is that even a true statement though? Is that a true statement?
Yes, that's an accurate statement.
You know why I say they didn't lose anything? It's not coming on PlayStation. So in order to play the game, you gotta have either a Windows PC or an Xbox. Who's still making the money?
Okay. And what is the one thing PC gamers say? PlayStation 4 players would say, "I'll just get the game on PC."
Yeah, but
you gotta
you know
remember
what?
that's how fanboys on both sides work. Fanboys are stupid. That's how they work. It doesn't really matter if they're going to get the game or not. They don't care that they're missing out on a potentially amazing title. They don't care about that. It's about going online, getting on their keyboard, shoving their fucking broken glasses into their face, and typing furiously and beating the next fanboy. That's how they work. They don't care about actually gaming. They don't care about logic or the real world or happiness or anything. They don't care about any of that. I'm winning this argument because I can say something that trumps what you say, whether it's true or not. They don't live in reality. Oh, I don't have a gaming PC. I only have a PS4. So I can't play Quantum Break unless I got a gaming PC or get an Xbox, which is still cheaper than a gaming PC. But I'm just going to tell you online that I can just buy it on PC because then that makes you mad because you're an Xbox. That's how they work. That's fanboys. They've been this way for the last 15 years.
Well, then I want to say this on the coalition. Don't anybody on the coalition call me a fanboy. Listen, I am a primarily Xbox player. I own 2 consoles right now, Xbox One and Wii U, right? I did join up and buy a PS4 back with my boy, but the reason we did that is because we both know we're not going to invest heavily into PlayStation gaming. We can get Street Fighter. We're still on the fence about Uncharted. Well, I'm on the fence about Uncharted. He's not even considering it. So we might have a PlayStation 4 one game. And like I said, when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's good. You know, I know people who play on PC who, when I pre-order the game, I'm willing to give them my code because I'm getting the game. And, you know, one day I may own a PC gaming rig, and I would like to know, hey, you know, if I'm traveling and I got my gaming laptop and I could still play my game because it's cross-buy, cross-play, which means my save file will work on everything. And from what they said, that's how Quantum Break is going to work. The reason I think these guys are really upset is not that Quantum Break is coming on PC. I think they're upset because when Quantum Break was announced as an Xbox One game, you know those beautiful videos everybody saw about Quantum Break and was like, oh my god, this game looks so good? Now the question is, was that Xbox One or was that PC?
How was that
You
even the
understand where I'm
question?
going?
Of course it was PC. Nobody believed.
Yeah, but
I didn't. I've been saying for months, there's no way they're doing that with an Xbox One. I've legitimately been on record saying that.
yeah, but then if that's what they're showing up to this point, a month before the game is released, you would have to assume, well, this is what a game really looks like running on Xbox One. There's some fanboys who would use that. I've seen people say there's no game on the PlayStation 4 looks as good as Quantum Break. I myself started to say, well, shit, this game really looks good.
They're called fanboys. That's the entire point of this. This game, it's not about whether Quantum Break is a good game or not. It's not about the fact that now more people will be able to play this game. Charles, my friend that works, obviously, as you guys know, he doesn't have an Xbox. He has a gaming PC, though. He'll be able to play Quantum Break. Gary's in the same boat.
Which is a
so
good thing.
I can talk to 2 of my friends about this
about
one game that I'm
Break.
pretty excited for, about Quantum Break.
Exactly.
They get to experience it, too. There's no downside to this. The only people that are mad about this are Xbox.
And somebody got to explain to me why they're mad.
Xbox don't make money for you. Fanboys have never made money for people. That's why nobody cares. Let them be mad. They just look stupid online.
Yeah, but Michael A., you know, they got nobody to blame but themselves. Phil Spencer came out and said he's spending $1 billion on games. $1 billion. He went out, he secured Titanfall, he secured Sunset Overdrive, he secured Tomb Raider.
Look, okay. That was also a bad look for them. But continue.
What do
you mean? What do you mean by bad look for themselves?
Did Sunset even drive even chart?
No.
It didn't even chart. So my thing is, how much more revenue would Microsoft and Insomniac made if Sunset Overdrive was on PC as well? A ton more revenue.
Well,
the fact of the matter is, Microsoft. I'm looking at it from Microsoft has invested a ton of money in Quantum Break. You can look at Quantum Break with the movie side of it, not a movie, but the real-time cutscenes and all that's going into this game. A ton of money is being put into this game, and you're now putting it on a console with people that don't even buy your games. Look at what Halo did. Microsoft. I believe personally Microsoft was disappointed with the outcome of Halo. They expected more. And right now, if we see Halo on PC, Xbox gamers have nobody to blame but themselves. Because Microsoft is bringing the games, they're just not buying them. So you know what? If you can get the PC community to join in and help pay for some of these games, so be it. Because I would like Quantum Break if it's a good game turned into a franchise. Not be a good game like Tomb Raider and it's struggling to sell 1 million copies.
Yeah,
You know, where it had where the PC, remember the PC copy was supposed to come in March. It ended up coming in January. Why? Because they just didn't sell enough on the Xbox with the Xbox community. Because Xbox people are primarily shooters. Quantum Break seems to be a story-driven kind of game. Yeah, it has shooter mechanics, but it's a story-driven kind of game. So Phil did the right thing for what he has to satisfy his bosses and his shareholders.
I don't
And
think
if
Phil Spencer's
anybody,
the reason Quantum Break is coming to PC. I'm not sure why you're saying that.
well, he's the one
I'm
that's being
positive he's
blamed,
not.
and I'm sure he
Yes,
had something
because
to do with the
fanboys are
decision.
stupid.
And the thing is, I don't know if you listen to Major Nelson's podcast, and I don't know if it's just PR bullshit, but he said them at Microsoft, they always set out to do Quantum Break on the PC. They just didn't know it would have been ready already. Like, I guess they thought it'd have been ready for later in the year. It just happens to be ready, like, right away. I guess because of the whole Windows 10 thing. And I don't think even Microsoft sees the Xbox as anything other than a Windows 10 machine. So to them, it's like, okay, all of our machines are getting this game, so let's play. It's like, apps are on the iPad, they're on the iPod, and they're on the the Macs. It's just one ecosystem that everybody can use. Why you think you can buy the game on Xbox One and you get it on PC for free? It's one game, one ecosystem. I don't know why people are mad. Like when I saw it, I was like, why is this even news? This shouldn't even be discussed. This shouldn't,
Okay,
I told Crap Gamer he's just a douchebag.
Hold on. Gary had a statement to make, and I have a statement to make. Go ahead, Gary.
Okay, yeah, firstly, let me just say this is a great day for the PC Master Race, the Elite Gamer.
I agree 100% with that. Continue.
Yeah, after that Batman debacle, you guys needed this, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the reason people are mad is just because, because it's coming
Don't say
out the
people,
same
say
time.
fanboys, because it's only fanboys. Just say fanboys.
Yeah, the reason fanboys are mad is because it's coming out the same time. Like, if they would have said Quantum Break's coming out, this fall or, next year or something, nobody, the backlash would not have been the same. Because look at Tomb Raider. They announced ahead of time that game was going to release on PC and PS4 later. So people, the backlash wasn't as big for Tomb Raider. But because this game is coming out the same day, right?
Yep, same day.
Yeah, because it's coming out the same day, they can't say, "Oh, we played this game first on our console." So
and why do you think that is, Gary?
People are mad.
Well,
And also, I guess people think it kind of takes away value from the console, because people probably don't feel the need to buy the console now. Me being one of them. I don't feel like I need to rush to buy an Xbox One now because if the exclusive games are going to be releasing on PC, and I have an Elite PC system, then I'm just going to buy it on my PC. I don't need the console anymore. So obviously people are mad because of that, because they feel like their console's going to lose the console war or something like that. But those people,
the imaginary war.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when you're finished. I got a statement to make.
Go ahead.
First and foremost, there is no console war. That ended
Exactly.
when Phil Spencer said we're probably not going to catch up with PlayStation 4. That was the end. That was it. And I kind of think that the people who are fanboys have totally just missed everything that has happened over the last couple of months. When Phil Spencer made that announcement, when they had that interview, he was very honest and candid in what he said. I feel like they've completely forgot about that. Because, and then again, to go back to what Damien said earlier, Microsoft, they make software. So it's only obvious that they were going to have games coming to Windows 10 as well. So the fact that it's the same, you can't really think that they were going to make games specifically for Windows 10. No, maybe, but no, this is why Xbox was here, so that they can make the games that people can play. They have options in terms of what they can play. And again, the whole thing about people not supporting the games in the past, I actually do agree with that to an extent as well, because I know nobody was buying Sunset Overdrive. I know people, when I talk to people about Tomb Raider, they're like, wait, that came out already? See, it's not even on their radar because the marketing for Tomb Raider was just like, it wasn't there, and then you have Fallout come out the exact same day as Tomb Raider. So that, all of that right there is like, if people really want these games, they have to support them. But again, it really goes back to before Xbox even launched in the messaging, because when Microsoft had the messaging in the beginning, and they had all those issues, and they made it seem like they did not want to they weren't really there for the fans. That is why they're still recovering from that, because I'm pretty sure if you think about all those games that came out at launch, Dead Rising, Rise, what happened to that studio now? That studio is in trouble now, if they even still exist. And it's because people didn't buy the games, because they did not like how Microsoft came out the gates when they announced the system. So people still think Microsoft is full of BS, so they don't really want to support them, even though Phil Spencer is now in the position that he's in. They're like, well, no, the company's still they're not to be trusted. So this is why the things are bad right now. What was you gonna say, Gary?
Oh no, just to bounce off of what you were saying. The thing people have to remember is, Microsoft are not just in competition with Sony. They are also in competition with Valve and Steam. And if they can make Xbox Live, that new Steam, then that's going to open up a ton of revenue for them. Like it's a completely different lane than just the console war. So people need to stop being selfish and understand that this is actually benefiting Microsoft, and they could actually make the Xbox platform even bigger if they continue to support them instead of, just being crybabies, pretty much.
But I'm just saying, it doesn't even hurt anyone. This move hurts no one. The only people it bothers are fanboys. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why you guys kept saying people. I've not met one person who isn't a fanboy that had a problem with this. Why? If you have an Xbox, you can still play Quantum Break.
Exactly.
So it doesn't bother you. If you don't have an Xbox, but you have a PC powerful enough to play it, you can also play Quantum Break. If you don't have either of those things, you have two options. Make your PC more powerful, and depending on what parts you need, that might be cheaper than getting an Xbox. And if it's not, you just go buy an Xbox. So I'm telling you, the only people who are upset are the people who can't use this as an arguing point online. Right. Oh, I can't say this game is only on Xbox now, so I can go at them. But I'm like, okay, why does that matter? Like, I don't get it.
No.
Like your Xbox is. People are saying, oh, my Xbox feels like it's pointless. No, it doesn't. If you don't have a gaming PC, you'll get to experience a lot of the games you wouldn't get to experience otherwise, because you have an Xbox. Yep. I don't see how that's an issue. I couldn't play Gigantic with Charles if I didn't have an Xbox. I don't have a gaming PC powerful enough to run that. I can, though. There's tons of games that I'm getting to play Smite, I'm getting to play Warframe, like I'm getting to play a lot of stuff. And hell, let's keep it 100. It's 2016. Most of the games that you're playing now originated on PC anyway. This is where we're going. Like, gaming has been going toward PC for years. I've been telling you people this for like 5 years. No one listens to me like usual. You're playing Call of Duties. You're playing Battlefield. You're playing Grand Theft Autos. Where do you think those games originated? Now on console. Like, they all originated on PC. The fact that we're very shooter-based. Well, shooters were big on PC for a while, too. So, this is the direction we're moving.
Well, wait, hold on.
What the hell? There's some church on the road.
Oh yeah,
making a ton of noise.
We also have
my apologies.
Oh no, that's the praise music for what Michael A. speaks.
Okay, that's getting louder.
Let me just say something real quick, Michael A., then I'm gonna let you continue.
I want to mute your mic.
Yeah, you can just mute your mic if you can.
Yeah, I'm doing it because they actually get me closer.
Oh Lord! There you go. So let me just make this comment real quick, Michael, and then you could go back. What you said about what you said about everything going to PC is exactly is 100% accurate because we have a very recent example to thank for this. Look at the game Firewatch. This game came out this week. The PC version, flawless. But there's Unity issues. The Unity game engine is not working properly on PlayStation 4 now. That was why Carl Daniel wrote his article on the site right now about why he hates the game, because the PS4 version is not up to the standards as the PC version. And on top of that, a lot of people sort of that hasn't been talked about on a lot of sites, that the PlayStation 4 version, they're just saying it's an awesome game, but nobody talking about the fact that PlayStation 4 version got a lot of issues. So that right there goes to show you, PC version is where it's at. You know, PC version, I haven't heard no complaints about their PC version at all. So, but no,
it's just funny to me. Look at the things that people are championing this gen. The indie scene. Like at first it was big on PlayStation, and then Xbox is embracing it too. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Indie gaming. Indie gaming wasn't big because of consoles. It's on consoles now. It was big on PC. It's still even larger on PC now. That's why I don't understand. Like, why be angry that a game is coming out on both consoles at the same time when the majority of the games you play now on consoles originated on PC anyway? And both of these consoles that are in your house are just basically streamlined, weaker PCs now more than ever. Like these systems, if I open my PS, I don't know. There's so many big issues that are going on in gaming, like real stuff. Like people trying to censor what's being presented to us, people trying to put legislature in process to like ban games, period, or blame games for things like violence and stuff that we know it doesn't cause. We don't put energy to that. People want to put energy to being fanboys. It's the biggest waste of time ever. It makes no sense to me. If you have this much time to not play games and talk about games, at least do so in a construction fashion. Like, don't do this. And like if you're celebrating or crying over over Quantum Break not being Xbox only and now, you're the problem. People mentioning people online, oh, you've betrayed us, Xbox. I'm an Xbox user. I don't feel betrayed. What the hell are you talking about? I don't get the problem. If you're parading, like, oh, I'm just going to get it on PC, how lol, and you don't have a gaming PC and you don't plan on getting one, you're part of the problem. Like, seriously. This shouldn't have been an issue. If anything, this should have been, it's not even should have been, this is big news for them. Because now, this is a feature we're going to see more of. We're going to see more games coming to this console that are going to be cross-play, cross-buy, and hopefully cross-platform. Because if we can get the Xbox to be between Xbox and PC for multiplayer, and the PS4 to be between PS4 and PC for multiplayer, like Paragon's going to be doing, that's one step closer to the ideal where we'll have a console that lets you play against people on both PC, Xbox, on PS4 or vice versa. Like you'll be able to play all three on one console. That's the end game, right? That'd be amazing if I could play Battlefield 7 in the future, and then like I get online and I'm not just playing PC people. I can play my friend on PS4 because he prefers that controller and that interface. It's the same game, right? I should be able to play that person. Well, you got to take steps like this to get to that. And it's like people want to get somewhere, but they don't want to take steps necessary to get there. I've never. That's like wanting to drive somewhere, but you don't want to put gas in the car. Like, what are you really complaining about? I don't get it. I don't know. I think this is good news for Microsoft. I applaud them. And now there's no more excuses. Whenever a game comes out, and they're like, "Well, I don't have an Xbox." Well, you got a PC, right? Go get it. Games are cheaper on PC as well. So I mean, that's just another benefit. There's no losers in this, except for Xbox, I guess. But again, who cares about fanboys?
Again, I'm gonna go back to my original statement. How is this even news? How is it? Why is it even something to why is it even news? Like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
I get why it's news. I don't get why people are trying to make it negative. You get if you pre-order the game, you get for Xbox, you get the PC version plus the Alan Wake stuff. That's a lot of value. That's what I was gonna just say.
Why isn't people talking about that? Like, okay, we all figured Alan Wake was gonna be backward compatible. Now it's actually packed into a game. So you know what there is now? There's the possibility they're setting you up for the new Alan Wake game.
Yeah.
which I think is phenomenal news. I love Alan Wake. I can't wait to play it again. You know, when it comes out in April. That to me is news. Like, oh, it's on PC, so I'm canceling my pre-order. Then you know what? I might know somebody who got opportunity to get one now. You know, I don't need any more idiots in the community. It's just so. Oh my God, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Also, I want to know, canceling your Xbox pre-order for the game because it's coming to PC. So your solution to combating them releasing games on PC and not Xbox exclusively is to not buy them on Xbox. So you want the sales of the games on Xbox to come lower, and somehow that'll encourage Microsoft to release more games on the Xbox. Like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. That's really, really... this is what I'm saying. Like, people don't think before they do something. I want to encourage you to release more games on my console. I'm going to accomplish that by buying no games at all or canceling pre-orders so that you didn't know that you need to release games for me. Okay, I can see how that works. Idiots. And then, like, a couple of people were like, "Oh, I'm a Sony fan." I'm like, "All right, well, what are you gonna do when Sony does this? You gonna leave Sony too?" I would love to see that. Well, you're only gonna have Nintendo as an option, and even Nintendo's entering the mobile gaming market. So eventually, you're just gonna have to get on this new wave. This is the future. Accept it or get left in the past.
It's probably a good idea if they do to Sony, because like Sony has no exclusives anyway. So like, it's a good idea.
No, you need this. All right, here we go.
They wouldn't have to worry about exclusives going to PC because there's none there. So.
And this is the part in the podcast where Charles would chime in and look at the camera, wondering what the hell you just said.
We just spent like how long talking about two games that you can only play, or one game and another that you can play on PC and PS4.
Those are only two, right?
PlayStation's got some exclusives on it this year.
Street Fighter is an exclusive anyway, so.
Well,
that's true.
Uncharted's like the
Uncharted is.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. One other thing that I did want to say, because I did hear about this shortly after.
Is that music?
Once the Last Guardian comes out, that'll be
Dance Machine. I'm sorry.
He said once the Last Guardian comes out, what? That's gonna be what?
That's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, Uncharted is PlayStation exclusive as well, but Gary.
Right, that's why I said. So I said Uncharted and the Last Guardian.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Once the Last Guardian comes out.
Okay, yeah, we didn't hear the Uncharted part. I heard it now, though. So let me just say this real quick, because I think the meltdown that happened, expect to see that continue, because I've already heard that Gears of War 4, that's pretty much coming to PC. You already know that anyway, because the Ultimate
They announced that at E3 when they announced it.
Yeah, see that. But then I also heard that September. There's a rumor going around that in September, Halo 5 is coming to PC. So,
and why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Why not?
I know.
Listen, the more people play
the actual Halo 5. I didn't know that.
I knew that was going to happen. I said it last year.
Listen, all I'm going to say about this is why not? Why not? Why not?
You're breaking up really badly right now.
You sound like Mr. Roboto right now.
No, I was makes it makes.
Okay, he dropped off.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. Talking about Matrix. So now the power of the Matrix has knocked him out.
No, I know exactly what happened. Earth 2 Damon signed on at home at the same time. There's a time paradox, right? So time itself tried to fix that by just kicking him offline. That's exactly what happened. We'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. So no, what was you saying, Gary?
No, I've said everything already.
Yeah, so just to to cap off the conversation, though, it's obviously Yeah, it's not really news that it was coming to PC. Yeah, I'm glad overall. Now, it totally unaffected because I don't have a gaming PC, so it's like, well, whatever. I'm still getting the game on Xbox One, so I'm glad that others will get to experience it as well. To be quite honest with you, I think the game will be decent, but it's not Alan Wake 2, so I'm not really that excited for it. But I still think it's going to be a decent game. It's going to be great. Remedy doesn't make horrible games. But yeah, like I said before, glad that other people will get to experience it. They did confirm it's not coming to Steam, so those that are thinking they're going to play this without Windows, they got another thing coming.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That's pretty much all I was going to say. What you say, Michael A?
No, I'm saying you're right. Good luck with that. Good luck playing that without Windows. I think that's the
Which
thing.
is
Like,
what's to
people
be
realize
expected.
that's really smart of them. Like, they make money on their OS. Well, gaming is another way to try and get people. You're going to at least have to dual boot your machine now. You're at least going to have Windows 10 somewhere on that hard drive. So that's a thing. I don't know why people would be mind blown by that. I just realized something too. If we know Gears 4 is coming to PC, imagine if they release Gears 4 on PC, Xbox, same time, and there's cross-play for the multiplayer. So you could play co-op.
Ooh.
Like Tony could get Gears 4 for his PC. I get it for my Xbox. We could play through the campaign together.
That makes perfect sense.
Like, that would be huge, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
That makes
Sweet.
perfect sense. Because then it's not going to be totally dependent on someone having to have an Xbox to join the multiplayer. So that makes perfect sense.
Exactly. That would make perfect sense. I can play with more people now that are in my circle that don't have Xboxes because either they just don't want to buy the Xbox for whatever reason, or they have a strong enough PC and they're shifting to PC primarily, which I'm gonna be joining them soon. This is my last gen consoles, honestly. So I mean, I don't see an issue.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, don't
But
worry.
can I ask you guys a question though?
Much longer either.
Sure.
So do you think that Microsoft is setting up where they're gonna probably just gonna move towards a PC only future?
That's a very good question.
Like just Xbox Live and their games. You don't even need to buy an Xbox. You got a PC, you got access to them right away. So could this actually be phasing out the Xbox hardware side of it? Because think about it, they put a lot of money into R&D. If they just put that money into software, hey, it's all money for them. It's software. It's right up their alley.
No, they can't do that because the Xbox is one of the few pieces of hardware they actually make themselves. And at the end of the day, they sell software. They have to have a way of getting software to you. Not everyone's going to get a gaming PC in the next 10 years. More people will than are now, and gaming PCs and even mobile devices are getting stronger and stronger, but it's still going to take some time. So they'll probably still come out with like medium-like devices and stuff like that. Like they'll probably do what Sony's doing. Like Sony is already transferring their gaming thing into a service. It's becoming a service, which is
But that's
smart,
what I mean.
because
If
now
Xbox
you'll
is
be able
going to
to
just
play-
become a service,
I mean, it technically already is.
a service you just
Bylaws and all that
install.
stuff that it is. You can lose right now. You could be banned from Xbox Live right now, and you'll lose access to all the games you've bought. You won't be able to play them. Straight up, they can just ban you, and like they can remove your access to play games. They can break your system legally. Sony can too.
See, to answer that question, I'm not sure if I do think they are phasing towards the PC as their main thing, Windows 10 in particular. But I don't believe that they are going to go completely there. I mean, they already have people. They already have Xbox Live has a following. Now, if they want to make Xbox Live free on Xbox One, well, I'm not going to stop them from doing that. I'm not going to contest that. They want to make that free, awesome.
They're not gonna make that free. Nah, they make too much money on that. That's not gonna be free.
Yeah. So, but
if it makes you switch to PC, it has to go free. You can't charge people to play online on PC. They tried that before. Remember, didn't work because PC people aren't gonna do that.
That's definitely true. But I think that the Xbox is always going to have a fan base because everybody does not want to buy a gaming PC. Now, obviously,
which is true.
now obviously, when I do buy a PC, eventually, yeah, then I will have to consider when I hear them announce a game that's coming to PC and Xbox. I'll have to make a choice. But again, it all depends on the PC because from what I understand, to run Quantum Break on a PC now, you need a top of the line. That cannot be no slouch. The latest, the latest technology, everything to run it at the way that you want to run it in full specs. So that's why I said if you have an Xbox One, you don't want to go through all that. You already got the system. Just buy the game for Xbox One. But
I think one day said you need 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Isn't that twice the amount the Xbox One has?
I think so.
Yeah, just things to make you go I'm just saying, things to make you go Don't get me wrong, I am an Xbox player. I am not considering moving from being an Xbox player, but I am easy to satisfy. Once the game works, I'm good. I could care less about if it's 900p, 720p, 400p. Once the game works, I'm good. That's all I care about. But I'm just saying, look at the requirements that they're saying, the minimum requirements for PC. And look at the Xbox One specs. Things to make you go,
And see, that right there is something that the fanboys didn't even bother to even bring into the argument because, yes, you need a high-end PC to run this game. It's not like you just use whatever PC to run it. But no, they were like, no, it's coming to PC the same day. I'm pissed, so now I'm going to bitch and complain because I'm mad about that. So they need to get a life and stop worrying about that stuff.
I don't know that the minimum requirements with that high-end. Like, to play the game on PC to the point where it looks like the Xbox version on PC, you won't need a high-end machine. No. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I guarantee you, Quantum Break on Xbox One will be 900p if we're lucky. Might be 720. and if it's 720 or 900, we'll get 60. But that's the only way. On PC, you can get those same exact stats with like medium powered machine. That won't cost you anywhere near as much. If you try to go for that max what they told you, yeah, good luck. You dropping guap. That's going to be expensive as hell. But if you do that, you'll be playing this bitch in 4K, 120 frames per second, like just amazing resolution and all that. It'll be beautiful. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. Theoretically, not even theoretically, factually, you could build a medium-range PC to play Quantum Break with the same exact stats that the Xbox One version will have, and it won't be that expensive. It'll still be more expensive than an Xbox One, of course, but it won't be as expensive as, like, say, going for the ultra-high settings, for obvious reasons.
So, Gary, you have any...
And that matters to who?
No. But Gary, you
Wait,
got
what? I didn't say it mattered to anyone. I'm just saying.
No, never mind. I'm just waiting. I'll play the game when it comes out in April, and I'll be happy. I'm playing it on the Xbox One. Just letting everybody know. I'm playing it on the Xbox One. If there's a multiplayer mode, I'll probably play some PC gamers. I'll have no idea who the hell they are. And you know what? Once it's good, we'll have fun. If it's no good, we'll all bitch about it. Me and PC gamers. Simple.
Sounds good. So, any final thoughts on this topic before we wrap up the show? Gary?
Final thoughts from me. I pretty much said everything.
Gary said, he doesn't need to buy Xbox One, so he don't have nothing else to say. So that's all good. So that concludes this week's show. I'd like to thank everybody for coming on. Thank Damian and Michael A. But we give you guys, you have any shout outs to give? How about you go first, Michael A.?
I never really know who to shout out, so thanks to the Coalition crew as usual. Throwdown crew, my boy Riku, Jamaican, and all the FGC heads that follow the stream. Technically are streaming right now. All the FGC heads that follow the Coalition and whatnot. Stay tuned. You'll see more and more fighting game stuff. I'm trying to get on that. So you can expect to see more of that from me. Street Fighter comes out in a couple days. I think Tony's doing a review for that. He'll probably have it up after the embargo, so you'll see his review. You'll see content from me. So wait, what happened?
Yeah,
I saw the head shake.
Well, it won't be embargo because he's getting it tomorrow. So.
Oh.
There will
Well,
be
never mind. He's getting it tomorrow. See, I'm shocked. He's in New York. All those bodegas, like I know places out there that he should have hit me up. I could have linked him with people out in New York who had the game early because people broke Street Date. Like lots of people broke Street Date. Especially, oh yeah. People are streaming Street Fighter right now on Twitch. They've been streaming it for the past couple days with permission from Capcom because so many places broke Street Date. So if he had told me, I'd have told him where exactly to go get the game. He could have had it already. But yeah, you'll see some Street Fighter content from me on the site, whether it just be like links about tournaments, streams to check out, maybe even combo videos, who knows. Killer Instinct Season 3 comes out this year as well, so you'll see stuff from me on that. I believe the update to Guilty Gear Revelation comes out. Tekken might come this year. Nobody knows when Tekken 7 is coming to consoles. Your guess is as good as mine. I can't speak on that. And, Mortal Kombat XL. With the new updated online that actually doesn't suck because they switched to GPO-like infrastructure, and it works amazing. It's coming out this year. So there's a lot of big stuff coming for fighting games. So I'll be sure to try and step the coverage up for this. Also, you can just hit me up on Twitter if you want to talk fighting game stuff. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right. How about you, Damian? Any shout-outs?
Well, first I'd like to say thanks again for having me on the show. Thanks, Gary. I'd like to give a shout out to my Fan Zone crew. We're still trying to get you guys on that versus, but we'll see how that goes. I just want to say, it's a good thing now we're bridging this gap with this PC console gamer. Eventually PlayStation and PC gamers are holding hands and singing Kumbaya, and I guess that's now left for Xbox gamers and PC gamers to hold hands and say Kumbaya. Hopefully in the future we can all hold hands on one ecosystem. This is what I think they should be making noise for. Where the game comes out on every platform, you choose where you want to play, and we can all play together. That's where I think fanboys should be making noise. So until the next time, I just want to say, shout out to the Throwdown crew, shout out to the Coalition. You guys always do good stuff. And let's just keep it gaming.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate. How about you, Gary?
Just shouts to all the listeners. Shouts to Wesley, Corey. Shouts to M. Collins, Gority. All the official supporters out there of the coalition. Shouts to you guys. And shouts to Damien and Michael A for getting on and chopping it up with us again. And yeah, that's about it.
Yes, and I also like to again thank all the guests for being on. Thank you, fans, for listening to the show. Again, if you weren't watching live, I will hope that you did something with that somebody special today. But quite honestly, if you wait until today to do something with somebody special, you probably don't deserve that person, so you can send them my way instead. So we'll see y'all next week.
Oh, what the hell was that, Rich? Mr. Steal Your Girl, Rich? What was that?
Hey, I'm just
that was funny. That was funny. I think I might gotta use that one.
God damn.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real. You don't need to wait until no holiday to do stuff for somebody. But if you don't, well, then hey, gotta work on that. But
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Now,
Jesus
we'll
Christ.
see you guys next week. We'll actually play some games, so we'll have a lot to talk about next week. All right, talk to you later.
Peace.